She was silenced. God was not. The untold story of Dinah. They never meant to tell her story. They told the story of men, of brothers, of rage, of blood, of honor. They told the story of a city destroyed and called it justice. They told the story of a father who feared war more than shame. And somewhere in the middle of all of it, they buried the girl it happened to. Her name was Dinah. Dinah meaning judged or vindicated. For some reason my dad also gave me this same name. His reason being that Dinah was the only daughter of Jacob, and as of when I was born, this is the only biblical name my dad known. So I know this story so well because my mom will always tell me this story. And as I grow older, I read so much about the name. So I can tell you more about Dinah because she is my namesake. She was born by Leah to Jacob after 6 sons, which makes her the only daughter. She was born quietly, in the low glow of a tent at night, while her mother Leah wept instead of rejoiced, not because the child was unwanted, but because the world she was born into had already decided she would be unseen. Genesis 30-21. She is yours, Leah whispered, holding the baby close. In a house of sons, you will learn to disappear. That is how daughters survive. And disappear she did. Dinah grew up in the shadow of 12 brothers, each louder, stronger, more important than she was. Her father, Jacob, the man who wrestled God and lived, could count his sons by name, but often forgot he had a daughter at all. She passed through the camp like smoke, present, but unnoticed, alive, but unheard. The only time anyone truly looked at her was when she stopped being obedient. The day she walked toward the city of Shechem, Dinah goes out to visit the daughters of the land, Genesis 34-1. She wasn't chasing danger. She was chasing life, laughter, color. Women who spoke freely. Women who existed without asking permission. She wanted to be seen, and Shechem saw her. She is seen by Shechem, the son of Hamor the Hivite, a local prince. He saw her curiosity, her hunger, her loneliness. He saw how easy it was to mistake attention for safety. He took her hand, spoke gently, smiled like a promise, and led her into a place where doors closed and voices stopped mattering. When it was over, the silence was louder than the scream. She did not go home. She stayed in the palace that became her prison, bruised and hollow, while men negotiated her future like a transaction. Gold exchanged hands, words like alliance and honor filled the air. No one asked Dinah what she wanted. No one asked if she wanted to live. Her father chose peace over her pain. Her brothers chose blood over her voice. Genesis 34-13:29. Shechem wants to marry Dinah. Her brothers, Simeon and Levi, respond with deception, demanding that all men in the city be circumcised before they will allow the marriage. While the men of the city are weakened from the circumcision, Simeon and Levi attack, kill all the males, and rescue Dinah from Shechem's house. They slaughter the city while she listened to the screams and realized, too late, that the violence done for her would never heal what was done to her. I never asked for this, she cried. No one listened. She ran into the wilderness alone, carrying guilt that was never hers, grief that had nowhere to go, and a question that broke her open. Do you see me? And for the first time since she was born, the silence answered. Not with thunder, not with judgment, but with presence. I have always seen you, the voice said. Before your pain, before your name was spoken, none of this was my will. But your story will not die. She rose from the sand changed, not healed, not restored, but awake. When she returned, the camp was already fleeing the consequences of what men had done in her name. Her father could not meet her eyes. Her brothers could not understand her anger. The women watched her quietly, passing something ancient between them. Not blame, but recognition. They remembered. History would not. The scribes would reduce her to a sentence. The scholars would center the men. The sermons would justify the violence. Her name would fade into a footnote. But stories have a way of surviving in whispers, in warnings passed from mother to daughter, in quiet rebellions, in women who refuse to disappear. Generations later, fragments of her testimony would be hidden, burned, rediscovered, and spoken aloud by those brave enough to look again. She was silenced, they would say, but God was not. And neither were they, because Dinah was never meant to be a lesson about disobedience or shame. She was the first echo of a truth that would ripple through history, that violence done in God's name is still violence, that silence is not consent, that being seen can save a life. They tried to bury her story, but the truth is harder to kill than they thought. Genesis 46-15. The last mention of Dinah was when Jacob's family prepares to go to Egypt. She is included in the list of the 70 members of Jacob's household who descend to Egypt, appearing among the descendants of Leah. The Bible does not record the details of her death, nor does it explicitly state if she married or had children later in life. Her name was Dinah. They tried to make her invisible. But God saw her, and now you do too. Moral lessons. As parents should pay attention to our kids, especially the female ones, give them attention, and care always listen to them, and be aware of their whereabout always. And as a female child, it's a very bad idea to live a carefree life, and always inform your parents or guardians your whereabout. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, smash that subscribe button and join our community. And hey, drop a comment below letting me know where you're watching from, what you think or what you'd love to see next. Here we go, deep into the Bible and bring you an interesting story. They never taught you in Sunday school. Let's get the conversation going and make this channel even better together. See you in the next video.